everybody, and welcome to Bird's Nest Designs. My name is Denise Cox, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada, and I am super excited to be here with you tonight for Tutorial Tuesday. I have a super adorable, spooktacular fancy fold card to share with you all. So tonight we are going to make this super fun, have a fabulous Halloween double Z fold card. So you can see it opens this way and then it opens like this. Super cute, and it's a fold that you can use for so many different occasions. The cute Halloween suite is in the mini catalog. Hi Terry, hi Bev. This is the paper that I am absolutely smitten over. It's so cute, and it's 6x6. So here's one sample. So this would be like one side and this is the opposite. And then there's more on the back. There's a couple more pieces. So this paper is really, really fun. It's super adorable. And the suite itself is just really, really fun. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you guys the dimensions. So if you can either watch the replay later or you can write them down if you're interested. We're going to start with a basic black card base. Oh, I got upside down. So this base measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and I've scored it at 3 inches. So with the bump to the inside, I'm just going to give that a fold, burnish it with my bone folder. Okay, so there's the start of our card. Then we're going to need another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use pumpkin pie. And this one measures 8 inches by 3 inches, and I've scored it at 4, so right in half. So again, we're going to fold that. Okay, so we've got another second card here. I'll go through the rest of the pieces with dimensions as we need them. So let's start with the Designer Series paper. This one here measures 2 3/4 by 4. You see those fun little candy? I love them. Notice how they're black and white. We're going to change that. Then we've got another piece of the Designer Series paper, these adorable polka dots. And this one measures 4 by 5 1/4. So before we get too far, I'm going to just attach this one to the inside of my card. Oh, my glue's running out on me here. Okay, we're going to switch to the Stampin' Seal for the rest of this video. All right. So we've got our adorable polka dots down there. Now I want to look at these fun candy. So if you'll notice on the front of my card here, they're not black and white anymore. So using some Stampin' Blends, it is really easy and super effective to just add some color to your paper. So you can do this with any Designer Series paper if you just want to change the look of it. Simply get out your alcohol markers, your Stampin' Blends, and give it some color. So for this one, I am just going to use some pumpkin pie to color in my candy corn. And I did put a poll a couple weeks back on my Bird's Nest page on who, yay or nay, likes candy corn. I'm going to say there were a whole lot of nays, and I think maybe only 2 yays. So what do you guys think? Are you fans of candy corn? Yuck, I'm not. Anyway, it's super adorable and it is iconic for Halloween, so we're going to color it here with some orange. Okay, then I'm going to use yellow. I'm seeing some nopes. You guys are with me. That stuff's not, it's not good. Okay, so I'm going to color these little gumballs yellow. Look how it's changing the look of this designer paper. So anytime you have a paper that you want, like I said, black and white is the easiest, obviously, and the most obvious to color, but you can do that with so many other things. I've had paper that's been really bold and bright that I wanted to mute, and so I simply took a crumb cake marker and washed it over the whole paper just to kind of mute it down a little bit. It works like a charm and it's super easy. So now I've got my old olive dark and I'm just going to color these little bonbons, just a stripe on them. Oops. Of course, you can get as finicky as you want, and I'm just doing this really quickly. Okay, and then I want to add a little bit of purple and pink to tie in. Oh, Terry and Bev aren't fans either. So for everybody who's watching, have you ever used your markers to color designer paper when you wanted to coordinate differently? It really is a nice, fun technique. Okay, I can see that I missed a few spots here. Let's do that. So this again was Flirty Flamingo and Highland Heather. Okay, so I know I missed a couple, but for the most part, I think those ones are going to be covered. Okay, so now that we've got this all fun and colored, look at that. And especially with this paper, how it's got that shading, it just really pops and makes it come to life. So we're going to go ahead and attach that to the front little flap. Okay, so here you can see this is the start base of our card. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to take our pumpkin pie that we made earlier. So remember, this was 8 by 3 scored in half. And we're going to do this so that it opens on the left hand side. And that essentially is going to end up sitting just like this. So first of all, I'm going to put my adhesive on the back. I'm going to put a bit extra than I normally would because I don't want it to fall apart when they're opening it. And then we're going to kind of place it in where we want it, but don't burnish it down yet. So we want to try and center it. Oh, yeah, look what I just did. We want to center it in the card. Mine's very crooked. There we go. Okay. Bottom. All right, so then once you've got it kind of centered, then you're just going to make sure it's nice and stuck down. And now you can see the mechanics of how this card is going to work. All right, so where's my other pieces here? Here we go. So we've got a piece of basic white, and this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we're going to attach that down here as well. And you're actually going to need 2 of those, and I think I only have 1 cut. So luckily I have my paper trimmer here right beside me. I'm just going to quickly cut another piece to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And that's going to go on the inside of this card here. This is going to provide a nice little spot to put that greeting or sentiment that you want to write to whoever you're sending this card to. Okay. I love this. Look at those cute little boo written all over this paper. So that's going to go right here centered on our card. And that one measures 2.5 by 3.5. Look at the cute ghosts on the back too. Oh my goodness. It's cuteness overload. All right, so there we go. So there we've got our card, the double Z fold, done. So I'm just going to set that aside for a moment as we get the rest of these little bits and pieces ready to decorate the front. So I do have a 1/2 inch strip of basic white, and using the Cutest Halloween stamp set right here, this is part of that suite, the Cute Halloween suite, I'm going to use some of the sentiments from here. So with my Memento ink, I'm just going to stamp this Have a Fabulous Halloween centered onto the white paper. Oh, that didn't work very well. Okay, we're going to switch it over. Good thing there's 2 sides to every piece of paper. That's what I always say. We are going to stamp that again. My end didn't work, so we'll make sure to give some extra pressure there. There we go. Okay, much better. So this is, we've got the Have a Fabulous Halloween. And then I've got just another 3/4 inch strip of Highland Heather, and I'm going to ink the same stamp up again. And this time I just want to make sure that Fabulous is getting stamped on there. It doesn't matter about the rest of it because we're going to cut that one out. Okay. Now here's some more of this awesome designer series paper. And there is a punch that coordinates with the stamp. It also coordinates with the designer paper. This is a Halloween punch. Unfortunately, it is on back order right now until October 11th. So if it's something that you really wanted, you could order it. I don't know that it'll be here much before Halloween, but you would have it for future. But these little guys really are quite easy to fussy cut as well. So I've got a pumpkin here. And of course I cut it the wrong way. So we'll use this pumpkin. So you can see I'm trying to get him lined up in this punch. And it's not really working out very well. There we go. Okay, good enough. So the unfortunate part about what I just did is now I've lost these 2 critters, and I totally could have cut it apart, got my Post-it note out like I normally would, but I don't have any handy, so we did that. All right, there's a little bat. There's a little ghost. Look at the ghost. So he can go in this punch very easily. We're not going to ruin any other characters by doing that. So he's punched out nicely. We can punch out the cat super easy. So we're just going to turn this guy over. Line him up in this punch here. Punch him out. And then the rest I'm going to fussy cut. So I've already fussy cut this cute little smiling skeleton. And then we're just going to cut this guy out real quick. These images really aren't hard to cut. So if you're willing to do a little bit of fussy cutting, then you don't even really need the punch. And the punch does coordinate with the stamp set that I showed you earlier with all 3 characters. Okay, we'll just work on him. They're so worth the effort because they're just adorable. All right, so we're going to quickly cut out this bat. Okay, and I hope that you guys have all seen the email that I sent out for my Cutest Halloween treat boxes and card class. The deadline to register for that is September 29th, and when I'm finished creating this card, I will quickly show you the projects that we're going to make in that class. It's a class to go, which means that you're going to get all the supplies for the project, a ton of you're going to get all of the supplies for the projects and a ton of product, so that when you're done, you still have lots left to create with. You'll have a full video tutorial for that class as well that you can follow with unlimited access, so you can watch it as many times as you want, whenever you want. Okay, So I believe we've got all these characters cut now. So I'm going to bring in the card. I'm going to use my Label Me Fancy punch. So you can see it's got this nice label, and then there's a little a slit here and then a little hole. So I'm just going to punch a little hole in the end of my label here. Oops, hit the computer. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of the black and white gingham ribbon. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. And we're just going to stick that through the hole. Oh my goodness. Last night when I was doing this, it was so much easier. There we go. Okay. I'll pull that through. And we'll just tie a knot in the end. Just like that. So now I've got this cute little label tag to add to the front of our card. So using some Stampin' Dimensionals, just going to put 3 on the back of here. And I'm going to let the ribbon part hang over the orange. And the rest is just going to go straight across. So now we have a little bit of a pull to help open the card as well. Okay, so that's cute. We'll trim that off in a minute here. So the Fabulous that we stamped here, now we're just going to trim this. And again, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on the back. I love when the sentiments can be cut apart because it adds so much extra versatility to the stamp itself. And then we can just stick that in there, and now we've got an extra fun little sentiment across the front of our card. All right, so now this is where I get a little crazy with dimensionals, but that's okay because I do like when my cards have lots of layers. So I've got a couple here on the back of my bat, and I'm gonna stick that guy right on here. Okay, so what I'm really being careful is that my dimensionals are not going to go beyond the orange because we don't want to stick the card shut. That would not be very good. Although it would be kind of a trick, wouldn't it, for Halloween? Okay, next I'm going to put the pumpkin on. So I want the pumpkin to be above the bat, which means I'm going to need a double dimensional. So I've got one peeled the back off, and I'm just going to put a second one on. So now it's 2 thick. And I'm just going to stick him on here so he's nice and layered up beyond the bat. I'm going to do the same thing on our cute little skeleton with the bird on his head. So let's put it in the center. One, peel one off. Put another one on there. And we'll stick him on like that. Aren't they cute? So cute. Okay, so for the ghost, he just needs 1 dimensional. I'm going to put that right on the top of his head there, and I'm just going to have him kind of at the end of our tag. And then we need the cat. I know we punched out a cat. Somewhere. We did. Here he is. So this guy needs a double dimensional so he can be up above the ghost. Just gonna make him go down here like that. Super fun. And then remember this little smiling skeleton? He's a cutie. I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive on the back of him, and I'm gonna stick him right on the inside so we have some cuteness in there as well. I'm gonna do one more stamp. So because it's Halloween, of course, we need to say trick or treat. So that stamp, and ink again with our memento black. Snap that right in the center. just like that. So we've got this fun little trick or treat with a cute smiling skeleton. One last thing, well, two last things. So look at these cute stars. They're adhesive back sequins. They're already sticky for us. I love that. So with that, we're going to add a few of these guys on, and then our card is going to be complete. So I like the orange because it pops a bit more. We're just going to stick some of them. On our card. Put another one down here so you can see. And then I think, I didn't do this on the original one, but I think I'm going to put another star just on the inside, just like that. Okay, so we'll trim the tail here of this ribbon. And there we go. There's our super fun double Z fold spooktacular Halloween card. So what do you guys think? Do you love this suite too? I think it's super fun. So like I was saying, I do have a cute Halloween class coming up. The class is $82. You get the stamp set. You get the full 48 sheet of 6x6 designer series paper. So this beautiful stuff I showed you. You're going to get a full pack of the cute stars sequins. You're going to get a roll of ribbon, this gingham, which you can use for many, many things. The projects we're going to make are 2 cards. So we've got this cute one here, and I've got a nice collar fold card. And then we're going to make treat boxes. So in your kit, you're also going to get enough of these tombstone boxes. So a full pack of 8. You can make 8 of them. And look how cute these are. And you can fill them with all kinds of treats. Then we are going to make these little treat bags out of an envelope. Okay, so this started as just a regular envelope that we all use for our cards. And look at how cute it is. So we're going to get to make 2 of those, 2 of each card, and 8 of these cute little boxes. So if you're interested in that class, you can find all of the information on my blog or in the email that it was sent out. I'm trying to switch the camera here and it's, again, giving me difficulties. There we go. Here we are. Okay, so if you're at all interested in that class, the deadline to register is the 29th of September. And all of the information is in the email I sent out. I will have it posted to my blog. It's not quite there yet. Or you can message me here, of course. I also have a Facebook event set up, so you can find all of the information there as well. And I hope that you'll join us. It's a lot of fun, and this suite is super, super cute. So thank you everybody for being here and for joining me on Tutorial Tuesday. It means a lot to see you all here each week. Don't forget to share the video so that you can get entered to win the embossing folders for next week's draw. And thanks again, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you get some time to be a little crafty somewhere in that busy week of ours. All right, so thanks everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.